Good evening to those who will listen. It's January 6, 2018, 8:48 p.m. And I need you guys to pray for me again. I'm sorry. Sorry to keep asking, but I had another incident tonight. I monitored my blood pressure all day, and it was a little high, but nothing bad, like 140 over 90, 95. I mean, it's not great, but doable. That's what it's been like the last 4 days now. But anyway, I ate something right before I went to work, and I checked my blood pressure one last time before I went to work, and it was 160 over 100. And I was like, uh-oh, great. So I thought, maybe I'll just, maybe it's something I'm in my apartment again, and maybe once I get out in the fresh air, it'll get better. And of course, it started snowing today, so we had maybe 2-3 inches. But the roads were terrible. I don't know what it is with Colorado. They don't plow their roads properly. And this is the interstate, too, Interstate 70, and it was terrible. But anyway, I got to work, and I started not feeling right, and I brought my blood pressure machine with me. I'm glad I did. But when I got there, I checked it before I went in, and it was 188 over 105, and I was like, oh, God, no. So then I went inside, and I told them, and they said, okay. And my manager said, just, go in the back and do some work. Don't, you're not going to be driving until your blood pressure goes down. So I waited about 10 minutes, checked it again. Then it was 213 over 150. And my pulse was 117, and I'm just standing there, not doing anything. And I was like, oh my God. And then I started really feeling like, oh, I'm going to pass out again. I feel like I had this hot flash and dizziness. And, at least I didn't have any signs of stroke, which is good. And but my manager said, hey, come on, I'll take you to the hospital. So he took me to the hospital, and I was there only 2 hours this time. But the same thing, he just thinks it was my anxiety, which, maybe in the past. But, my life has been going a lot better since I lost weight. I turned my life over to Jesus, got baptized. I did all that back in April, and, I lost a lot of weight, when I found out that I had all these food allergies because I couldn't eat nothing. So then I went off my blood pressure medicines for 9 months. My doctor says, you're doing great, keep it up. So every once in a while I check my blood pressure. It was always between 120 and 130 and 80 and 90. So it was always really good up until the last 4 days when all this stuff started happening. Now, I don't think I have any more anxiety, stress in my life than I had in the past. As a matter of fact, the reason I moved to Iowa, or to move to Colorado from Iowa, was because of all the stress I was having up there with everything going on. That was one of the main reasons. That was one of the main reasons God, got me out of there and put me here. I believe that. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on now. The only thing I can come up with is maybe I'm acquiring my food allergies again. The steak, I guess that was a no-no because it wasn't grass-fed. It was corn-fed. And I used to be allergic to corn. But when I first started trying foods, after I started getting better, I started with tacos. So we got the corn shell. I don't do the flour shells because that's wheat. But I did the corn shell, and then you got the cheese and the lettuce and the meat. So everything was fine, and that was the first thing I started out with, and I tolerated that. So then I started trying, different foods here and there, and everything has been great up until now. Now this steak, I don't know if that triggered everything, because I've been eating pretty much safe foods that that I wasn't allergic to before. I had fish sticks today. That has maybe a little bit of wheat in it, but it shouldn't have done what it did. So I don't know if that was it. I don't know if there was any smells in the apartment. I don't smell nothing. And the other thing is I'm losing oil in my van. So it was, when I started it, I could smell it. So I put a quart of oil in, at least to cover it. But maybe there was a smell there. I don't know. But then again, the blood pressure started before I started even getting on the road. So it was either something I ate or something I smelled. I took some ibuprofen because I had a headache. I don't think that would cause it. So I don't know. But all I can say is I'm giving it all to Jesus, and He's going to take care of me some way, somehow. I just have to put my faith in Jesus. And all I ask from you guys is pray for me again. I'll pray for you guys too. Thank you for watching my blank screen here, my wall. Just actually, thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing, and God bless you. I love you guys.